There really are a lot of ways that people can make money online. And I think, to be honest with you, people really underestimate how straightforward it can be to get started with an online business or an online venture. A lot of people think it's reserved for, the whiz kids or the technically minded or the young guns, and that's really not the case. But before I really get into some specific ideas, and I will do when it comes to making money on the internet, I want to touch on a couple of points. So naturally, more and more people are now looking to make their money on the internet. And I think there's really two primary reasons that we're seeing, a lot of people joining our memberships and our academies and wanting to learn, online business strategies for today's world. And the primary reason is that people are looking for more security. And, I think it's fair to say that gone are the days of job security where, you can come out of education and land a job with one company and stay with that one company for 40 or 50 years and a really great income, and at the same time have some savings, and at the same time grow a pension and be able to retire really comfortably. And, the reality is that there's a lot of baby boomers, the baby boomer generation, who are really struggling with what they're going to do in terms of retirement and in terms of being able to do it comfortably. And so a lot of our students are actually baby boomers who are reskilling and starting new ventures to make sure that they have more security for their future. But the point I want to make is that a lot of people my generation, I'm in my mid-30s, and slightly older than me and younger, including even millennials, are witnessing this. And they're seeing it in their parents or possibly their grandparents, or they're seeing it with their slightly older friends. And, they're getting themselves into a state, they're getting themselves into a place of, worry and even anxiety around their futures. And what is great is that a lot of people are actually using that to drive them to sort of think, I hate the cliche, but think outside the box and not rely on a traditional job or a one income to actually, secure their future. And I actually think it's a really positive thing, and I'll tell you why. Futurists are predicting that about 40% of the jobs that we know today are going to be wiped out within the next 10 or 15 years, mainly because of automation, artificial intelligence, more sophisticated technology, and a lot of traditional businesses dying because they're not adapting for the digital economy that we're in today. And so the result of that is that there's, you only have to turn on the news and the TV and realize that actually the world that we're in right now isn't the same as what it was even 20 years ago, even 10 years ago in many respects. And with companies, huge major companies that are going out of business overnight, I mean, the ones that we're all aware of are the likes of Kodak with the digital camera, ruining their business model. And then, stuff like Netflix and, digital streaming, taking out companies like Blockbuster. They're the obvious ones, but we're seeing it every day. Businesses and industries are being wiped out overnight because of new advancements, and that's happening faster and faster than ever before. So people have got, and rightly so, an awareness around this and are starting to think that maybe I need to sort of secure my future and my finances outside of relying on a job. Now, for me, the great thing is that when people really start to pursue their options, they realize that it could be the best thing that they've ever done. And I'll tell you this, when I first got started online, I did it for reasons that I wanted to make more money, I wanted more, time, and I didn't want to have to commute to a job and everything else. But the reality is that the thing that's changed my life most isn't been the money, it's been the freedom. And a lot of people will go quick to say, well, it's because of the money. Because of the money you made, you've got the freedom. But long before I'd built, $1 million company, as an example, I always experienced freedom at whole new levels. Just ending my commute had a huge impact on my personal life because I got that time back. Just not having to do loads of crazy meetings or having expectations to work 70-hour weeks, which I did with the company I was in. Suddenly I started to gain a whole new world of freedom and choices, even before I had fully replaced the amount of money that I was making in my job. And getting that time back by working more efficiently in the world that we have right now because of the internet really changed my life. So when people realize that not only can they secure their finances and their future by adapting the way that they're making money, for example, on the internet with, digital business, people are also seeing that they can kind of have their cake and eat it and create a business that gives them more freedom and more finance and live a much, much better life. So I'm actually very positive and inspired by what's happening right now. Although, a lot of people are anxious and nervous about it, I think there's a lot of good to come from it. Now, a couple of points I'm going to make is that, going back to what I was saying, is businesses are either adapting or they're dying. And again, I want to put a positive spin on this. What's happening is, businesses are adapting. A lot of businesses are adapting, and as a result of the economy and the digital economy that we're in today. And they're treating their employees a lot better. They're giving their employees more choices and more freedom. And a couple of ways that businesses are, changing is that, first of all, they're allowing their employees to work from home. They're giving employees the opportunity to have a little bit less commuting time. They're able to do meetings, for example, through Skype and through technology. And they're also often allowing their employees to be a little bit more selective in their hours that they're working. So rather than, say, working 9 to 5, as long as they're getting their job done and they're doing it well, they've got that flexibility to maybe get up a bit earlier and do some work and finish earlier, or start a little bit later and finish later. And the way that the businesses are really judging the employees that they have and justifying whether they're going to get paid or not is the work and the value that they're bringing. And the reason I love this is I just feel like this whole 9 to 5 mentality, and for me it was a lot more than that, it was 8 to 7, is a very broken model, and it's making people very unfulfilled and unhappy. And what I've seen through my own company and the employees that work for us is that we're getting much, much better work out of our employees because they are so enthusiastic and passionate about what they're doing, but also have the freedom to have a little bit more quality of life, really a lot more quality of life, as a result of the way that the world is adapting and how business can be done. I have over 50 employees that are based all over the world. We have contractors as well. A lot of them are virtually full-time who are actually doing a lot of stuff for us. And, they really appreciate that we as a company, go out of our way to make sure that they're being looked after. Now, this might seem off topic of making money online, but here's the important thing that I want to share. Businesses are adapting or dying. Now, the businesses that are adapting require individuals who understand how to be of value into today's digital economy. Whether the business has been around for 40 or 50 years or not, guess what? They require employees and leadership and mindsets within their business that is going to enable them to adapt and thrive. Now, those businesses that are adapting are attracting the highest quality of people, and the businesses that aren't adapting are retaining or having to put up with employees that are more than happy to work for companies that don't really look after them, companies that are very ruthless and structured in the way that they do things. And what ends up happening is those businesses end up dying out because they have misgruntled employees. Customers and clients that are dealing with those businesses are sensing it, and they're kind of like in a downward spiral, if you like. And the other side, the positive side, is individuals who are actually embracing the digital economy, individuals who are actually really educating themselves in terms of how to be of value in the digital economy, are getting the best opportunities and the best jobs. And as a result of that, because they've got more of a digital skills base, they're actually helping the businesses adapt that need to adapt. Why do I say that? Because making money online doesn't necessarily have to be that you start your own business or you invent something or you create something. Not everybody is cut out for entrepreneurship, but I believe everybody is going to have to adapt for today's world. I have team members in my company who are in their 60s, and they have great basic digital skills that enables them to be, for example, great agents or support or consultants within our organization. And because they've got and adapted a mindset for the digital world, they're huge value to our business. They make their money on the internet. It doesn't matter where they are in the world, as long as they've got their laptop and an internet connection, they're in work, and they're in work for us. And many, many businesses are like that. So when it comes to this idea of making money online, it depends exactly what you're after. Now, of course, a lot of people want to be in business for themselves. They don't want a boss. They want to be able to grow their income, write their own paycheck, and be in total control of what they're doing. And there's an awful lot of business opportunities that are absolutely ideal for individuals who are getting started for the first time. Now, a couple of examples are things like affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing is simply where you help other businesses sell their products online and get a commission for the sales of those products. So what you end up doing is advertising and marketing. That's kind of the skill, that's the value that you're bringing to the digital landscape. And as a result of you knowing how to market online, you're getting commissions for the sales of products. Now, a great example, Amazon.com, they have an affiliate program. If you actually get people to visit Amazon.com through your ads or your blogs or your writing or your material, say for example, you're really enthusiastic about yoga and you've got a yoga blog, and then you can recommend certain yoga products and those individuals go and buy those products on Amazon, you get a commission when they buy those yoga socks or those yoga towels or those yoga rolls or mats, whatever it might be. And so there's a lot of really great business models, because you can not only earn income by being creative with your own business, you can do it around things that you're actually truly passionate about. Same with e-commerce. You can build e-commerce businesses where you're actually selling your own products and services. One example is that, one of the education models that we teach is that you can work with agents in China. You can work with them through WhatsApp and through email and from your laptop, and you can have them source products, any products you can possibly imagine, literally any physical product you can imagine. The chances are they can source everything from jewelry to sports equipment to ornaments and household goods, anything that you can possibly imagine. And then they can actually source those products. Then they can either ship them directly to you, or another business model that's amazing is a business model that's in partnership with Amazon. It's called Amazon FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. And you can actually ship directly from manufacturers in China, for example, to Amazon warehouses in the UK, or Amazon warehouses in the USA, or soon Amazon warehouses in Australia. And they actually have the platform, they do the marketing and sales of your product when the buyers on the site actually go and make a purchase. And you get a check from Amazon every couple of weeks when they sell the products that they're actually fulfilling on, they're storing in their warehouses, they're taking care of all the shipping, the payments and everything else. So the point I'm trying to make is it's a very leveraged business model that anyone can get started with. And to just rush through, you could be an expert in a certain field and you could have people buying your e-learning or your curriculums or your courses. You could be a freelancer, you could be highly skilled in any area you can imagine, in online marketing, you could be an expert in coaching in certain particular areas, you could be an expert in customer support, in management, in leadership. And businesses are constantly looking for freelancers to come in to their businesses for short periods of time, often paying a lot more than what these experts would get in their particular field as an employee. And you can do it online from your laptop in most instances. So making money online is a very, very broad topic. This is a hugely long conversation that I could be having with individuals. I think the most important thing is this, and if you remember this one thing out of everything I've shared, it will change a lot for you, is that the key is knowing how to be of value in the digital economy. Online is digital. If you can be an individual of value and you can get your value out to the marketplace, then the byproduct of that is that you're going to be able to make money in whatever space you can possibly imagine. So don't discount yourself as an online business owner or potential digital entrepreneur. It's easier than it ever has been. There's more opportunity there than there ever has been. And one thing for individuals who are really serious about this, we actually provide a free video series to open people up to some of these business models even further. And by all means, grab our video series. All you need to do is enter your email address and you'll get sent a video every few days that's going to educate you over sort of 25, 30 minutes on some of the opportunities and possibilities that are out there. So hopefully that answers the question of, how to make money online. It's not as straightforward as just one business model or one idea. There's lots of ideas, but if you can figure out your value to the digital marketplace, you can't go too far wrong.